Hey guys, I'm Dr. Josie, and today we're going to talk about posterior hip pain, that discomfort you may feel in the back of your hips. We're going to talk about how specific stretches and exercises can help alleviate it. We're also going to take a quick look at the anatomy behind it so you can better understand what's going on in your body. So we'll start by talking about the anatomy. So the hip joint is a ball and socket joint where the head of the femur, your thigh bone, fits into the acetabulum of the pelvis. These muscles surrounding the hip joint include hip flexors and smaller stabilizing muscles. They help control movement and provide stability. Sometimes these muscles become tight or weak, which leads to pain in the posterior or back of the hip. One of the key muscles involved in posterior hip pain is the piriformis. This is a deep hip muscle that can compress the sciatic nerve if it becomes too tight, which can lead to discomfort or even radiating or shooting pain down the leg. Additionally, tightness in the glutes or hip flexors can affect how your pelvis moves, which in turn impacts the hip joint and can cause posterior hip pain. So first, let's start with the piriformis stretch. So you'll be seated on the ground for this one. You're going to put your opposite ankle on your opposite knee, and just with that, you'll lean forward. You should feel this right in the back of your glute here. Hold it for 30 seconds. And repeat on the other side. This will really help to reduce tension in your piriformis muscle, which compresses that sciatic nerve. Next, we'll do the knee to chest stretch. So for this one, you'll be lying on your back. And you're gonna lay one of your legs flat and the other knee up to your chest. Just hold this at the top for 20 to 30 seconds. And switch sides. This helps to stretch the low back and open up the posterior hips. Now let's focus on strengthening the glutes. So you're going to stack your knees on top of each other, lay down on your forearm, and you'll just slowly lift your knees up and down, keeping your feet together. And repeat 10 to 15 reps per side. Clamshells help to strengthen the glutes and improve the stability of the hip joint, which can reduce strain on the posterior hip. You can make this a little more difficult by putting a resistance band just above your knees to add some resistance. Now let's do some glute bridges. So you'll just lay back down, your feet stacked under your knees, and you'll slowly lift and lower your hips. You can squeeze when you get to the top. Repeating this 10 to 15 times. This really helps to activate the posterior chain. Let's finish with a hip flexor stretch. These muscles are located at the front of your hip and they can become tight, contributing to imbalances in the pelvis. So we'll start in a lunging position with one leg extended forward and the other one extended behind you. Put your hands on your hips and lean into the front of your hip. You can hold for 30 seconds and switch sides. Stretching the hip flexors can help release tension that may be contributing to posterior hip pain and improve overall hip mobility. These stretches and exercises, along with understanding the anatomy behind your posterior hip pain, can go a long way in providing relief. Consistency is key, so try to incorporate these movements into your routine regularly. Of course, if your pain persists or worsens, it's always best to consult with a chiropractor to get a personalized treatment plan. Thanks for watching.